working. Shouldn't really press that start button. I wasn't ready. What an idiot. There we go. There we go. There's a nice little background. What we doing? We're doing code. Doing some code again. Let's get cracking up. What was I up to? I was multiple units. We're on the case. There's some wonderful Open Transport Tycoon music in the background. If you haven't played it, it's a delightful game. And it's free. I'm just debating with the touchport people. It's a bit of a pain because so touchport, great bit of kit, but you can set global events, so it'll automatically do things based on what people say, or well, loads of different triggers. But the the problem is, you have to have your tablet or whatever connected up to it. The server's actually on Windows. I mean, the server's there. The server does all logic. The server's running. But yeah, because because they want it to actually be on your Windows box, and they need the client active to verify you're a pro user. It's a bit of a pain. I raised them. I was like, could we do with some sort of caching? Just cache the license. I mean, if I connect it with a device, just I don't know. I mean, 24 hours or something. If there's been a device in the past 24 hours, just say you got pro. Or just do it some other way. I don't care how. Don't care how you get here. Just get here if you can. Right, what are we doing? We're adding the notion of multiple units. Right, so I've already changed over to an array. Or was it a list? Change it over to something anyway. Yeah, a list of units. So, what a player one, actually not, we'll have 2 enemy ones. Why not? Enemy unit 2, and this can be enemy person 2, might be enemy person 1, and this one can have an attack of 2, and I can have an attack of 3. I'm being prodded, I'll be back in a minute. Amazing. Just as I start, hey, there's a missile in the sky. Is this not a missile? That could be a fighter. Well, maybe I should make some little images. What have I got? Pixel away. on the wrong window. Wrong thing. Over here. Actually, you know what? I'm rubbish at making. What? I'll make something quick. New single image. 32 by 32. Let's create. Yeah. Yoink. Legs. Yoink. Body. Ugh. Look at that. Look at the precision on that. Oof. No, come on, let's no. What am I doing? You know what, maybe I'll see if my buddy Kenny. If you don't know of Kenny's assets, he's great. Gives you all the free assets. 2D. And I want some free ones. Toon character, what have you got for me, Kenny? Are these the free ones? Complete license, universal. Free to use these game assets in any project. There's no need to ask permission. Giving attribution is not required. We do love him. We love him. But that's not exactly what I want. Let me have a look if there's micro roguelike. No. RPG. No. That's just the tile sets. Oh, roguelike characters, I used this one before. But the problem is you've got to... Oh no, there's some down there. Let's download that. Thanks, Kenny. You're a star. Oh, but it's... What's it called? It's a sprite sheet. No. Transparent. Oh, for goodness sake. Oh, this is somewhere. It's not new music, it's Open Transport Tycoon. You of all people should know this. Where am I putting it? Downloads. You'd love this, Mez. I'm making a simple game thing. In tiled. Here's tiled. 16 by 16. Is there an offset? No. Probably 16 by 16. 17 by 17? Does that fit? Yeah, but it's not great, is it? Anyway, I only want a few of these. Literally just want to grab these things down here. Right, so let's go for that one. No, you know what? Discard. Just open it in paint.net. If all else fails, open it in paint.net. There's too many windows going on. Right, no, go away. Right, paint.net. Paint.net. So we are right for that. Look at him. Ooh. Actually, no. Maybe that one should be the fight. Rock that mean just making you on that. Yeah, 16 by 16. Boom. That's that one done. Save as. Let's put it in where the things are. Code absorbs. BK9K. Blah blah blah. Right. I mean, the web builds really call them sprites, but you call them images, but okay, hyper. Save. All majestic. I can be a rogue. Look at that. Look at them there. Ooh. Can I copy it all correctly there? Yeah. They've just crunched them down a bit. So it looks a bit like me, that. A bit like me if I like some go-go shorts on. A rouge. Yeah. Okay. And then let's get a mage. Get a mage. That's like a mage, doesn't it? Oh, what a mage. Isn't mage. Oh, yeah. Say that. A Maggie. Mez is sending me music I've got to play. Watch this be so loud. Oh yes. This reminds me of Slam Tilt. Oh, let me stop the other one. Can we go to this one? Stop. Oh yes. Endless acid banger. Oh my goodness, that is delightful. Let me see OBS though, let me check the levels are okay on this. Oh. Where's the actual volume control? Just change the volume. What? Yeah, well, that was pretty convincing. Good. But it's not darling. You know, we'll just go into here nicely. And we'll just slide it down. Slide it down a bit more. There we go. Ah. Mez implying that I'm bored of playing Open Transport Tycoon music. There's no way of that. Oh, this does remind me of Slam Tilt. Anyway, we'll leave that going in the background. Thank you for that, Mez. What am I doing? Yeah, the Maggie save. Done. Right. So, Rouge fighter, and we'll make this one a... Actually, let's make this one a fighter. With class I got a fighter, and this one can be a Maggie. An old Maggie. And let's give our attack with attack. In fact, with attack 6. Wow! Yeah, that seems fine. They can... Whatever. The initiative doesn't bother me too much. And add the enemy unit in. Enemy unit 1 in. And I called enemy unit 1. And then... That's very loud, isn't it? Look at that. I just wish I had a volume. You know what, it does remind me though of let me see if I find Slam Tilt OST, because that was divine. You go away for a minute. You go away. So yeah, what's this stream about? It's about me trying to find some music to play. Slam Tilt OST. Oh yes, show me that's all. Tell me that's all. Oh wow, look at all that. This is going to be delightful. Let me just up the volume a bit in the mixer here. There we go. Oh, some Slam Tilt. Right, we've fixed the music. We'll leave that. We'll go through all the greatest hits of Slam Tilt. And I'll pretend I know what I'm doing with the code. Right, so update. Let's just take all that out for now. Don't we care about that? Actually, let's just comment it out. That's what programmers do, isn't it? We just comment stuff out. Don't we care about that? We're no longer having that. We'll keep that one though, because that method's useful. And we'll dispose of that in a bit. I'm probably going to split this stuff out as well, because the game bit now, the game bootstrap can just raise a fence and other things can hook into them. I'll probably want to look at using systems or something soon, I think. I don't know, we'll see how we go on. For goodness sake, I've got too many things open. Too many things. Right, yes, this. So, got the play, got all that stuff. So, let's just show. Let's see what happens at the moment. Refresh my memory. No, why are there errors? Oh yeah, we'll see the right, okay, so what we'll do here is we'll do for bar I equals 0, I less than have I got a grid? Okay, got grid dot Wi-Fi. Actually, we'll call this. It's gonna be X. Just X. 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 It's actually quicker iterating towards 0. In case anyone didn't know that, but who cares? Who cares? Y. Y less than 1. Listen to that music. Okay, we've got some music. So you just get on the chat when you're ready. Mez gave us an acid back 1 second. I'll send that to you. You'll appreciate it. Copy link. There we go. I mean, I was listening to that, but then it reminded me of Slam Tilt. So I then just went and listened to Slam Tilt. And now I'm opening the wrong windows again. I don't often use Edge, but I use Edge for doing Twitch stuff, and I forget, and I use Chrome. Anyway, it doesn't matter. What am I doing? I'm doing this. So, create a column there. Create the column. Done. Don't primary style it, you stupid thing. I hate when the editors try and be too clever like that. Oh, don't be clever. I'll tell you when you can do stuff. Yeah, then that's gonna be all the grids. The grid size. Maybe I need a position. Yeah, Matt. Yeah. Yes, that's add a position to the unit. Because I was thinking, should the unit know its position or should the grid know its position? I think the unit should know the position. I think all roads here lead to us making our own point struct here. Let's make a point structure. Transforms. Yeah, let's do transform. And I'm using a struct because it's going to be immutable. And it's going to be public int x on y. Job done. Well, that seems legit. Right. So if I go to unit position. Come on, get me onto the where's the good one? We want no, meme machine, let's go for that. The best one was the pirate one was good. Ace of Space, when we get to that, oh, it'll be delightful. I should say that maybe I should just have an index for the grid. And each cell has an index. No, because that'll be easier to I'll leave it as a position for now. No point losing sleep over that. Okay. Well, the position's always going to be that. So if we go to... actually, let's just go back to position for a minute. How do I write constructor? Is that how we do constructors? It's maybe a capital F, but capital Y. Oh, pretty simple, right? An easy way. No, that constructor is going to be used. Honest to God, it's going to be used. And you know what? Actually, I'm gonna add a. Together? Yeah, very well. Not sure I will. Right. Back to that. Oh, yeah. So we've got X and Y. So now we need a way to look on the grid. With the grid? No. But don't, just let the game do it and I'll decide later. That's the thing, half of the fun here is working out where responsibility should live. So this way, this class is getting a bit too big. Getting a bit too big, but I'll farm stuff out of you in a bit. Oh, nice, isn't it? Nice little new there. Right, what was I gonna do here? Oh yes, that was. No, maybe they should be on the grid though. Yeah, make Minecraft a villager sounds well, I think. There's a lot of thinking time I do. I normally, if I can't think within the first few minutes of what to do, I'll go take a dump or something. Like that. All solutions come to you when you're on the toilet. I'll tell you that's how you reach senior developer. There. If anybody's an aspiring senior dev, just go on the loo a bit more. You'll be fine. What's the point of having a grid then? The grid just defines the board layout. I think so we can have a variable playfield. What's the point of having a variable playfield? Go back on that. Maybe we can just use that for bounds. But then you don't actually need a grid cell. And a grid cell does tell me information. Yeah, they can be separate. They don't need to be together. And that'll probably be better. So for now, let's not worry about it. Get a unit at and point. Position. And we'll do some lovely link here, which is going to be really slow. Dot. Actually, you know what? You know what I'm thinking at this point? Let's just add system.numerics. The time has come. I don't have to worry with a load of the other guff. And Monogame already uses this one. Vector 2's a float though. But I can still use a Vector 2 like a like an int. It's a bit silly, really, isn't it? Let me just go other stuff. Let's have a look. Yeah, install. Yeah, go for it. Yeah, okay. Let me have a look inside. Framework. No, packages. Object Explorer. Where's the goodness sake? Right, fine, fair enough. I'll do this. What I do is I do a sneaky control click on that. And I'll go, hey, let's have a look at what's inside there. I don't need intrinsic. And then from here, if I do Alt-Shift-L, I think. There we go. So I can see everything that's in there. Yeah, so it's literally just those ones. Well, in this case, it is a board. So, you know, we're just going to stick with what we've got then. Bye-bye system Linux. We'll maybe see you later. And we'll add a alt insert, and because I am super lazy, a quality comparer. Yes, yeah, there we go. So we now have, what? No. One sec, which one? Which one do I need? I can never remember which way one it is. Because one of them's for the other one must be for the equals. Yeah, let's just have the other one as well. Why not? There we go. I don't know why it's put an object one. Oh, I guess maybe no, because oh, maybe it's a boxed version. I don't know. As long as I can check that it's equals. Here's where it'll go. Actually, you need a custom operator. Need a custom operator. Idiot. Let's get rid of all this stuff. Make me a custom operator that compares it. Honestly thought I could just generate one from here. Right, it's been ages since I've made a custom operator. Let's have a look. Overloaded operators. Overloaded operators. Which you go. Yes. Yeah. Use these. Do the things. Operator. That'll do. Put that. Boof! And then let's give you a position. Position. No. F2. P2. P1. P2. P2? What is wrong with the world? P2. Yes, let's go do the equality thing. Now we're gonna need the actual equality one. Actual equality was equality members. Yes, thank you. There we go. But this is personal preference, but I prefer ones where it's just like one thing, just be like that. I still prefer to have the parentheses there. Wait, are they parentheses? No, those are parentheses. What are those? The curly brackets. Brackets? Maybe they're just called brackets. Been doing this for like 15 years. I don't know what they're called. The squigglies. Those things. Probably want them to stay there. Anyway, let's go over here again. Cool. Got that. I want to return that. There we go. So if there's one at that position, we'll get it. If there's not, If there's more than one at that position, danger, danger. So let's go back to there. And we go. I know that one is going to be Y. And that one is going to be X. No. Yeah. That's Y size because we're going to be iterating across here first. It's going to be X. X side. Yeah. X side. No, X. X. Yeah. Right. Okay. So now here we go. If right, we have to do some crazy stuff here. If no var unit possible unit equals game dot unit at new position. I mean, it's a struct that's just going to be allocated on the stack, so it's not going to be. I assume it gets allocated on the stack. It should do. What am I doing? If possible unit. Oh no, possible unit. Oh yeah, unit can be. Yeah, unit can be null. Is null. No, it's not null. It wants to be not null. If it's not null, go one of them, and it's gonna be one of them. It's gonna be a unit. No, it's just gonna be possible unit. Possible unit. There we go. So now we've been off all that nonsense. Battle grid, yes. And if we go into here, actually, let's just build. Does that build now? That building. Yes, build it. Right, let's run this. See what actually. Let me set the background as grey Bulma. And again, for anybody who doesn't know what I'm on about, Bulma's just a style framework. You probably heard of Bootstrap. Bulma's like a slightly more interesting version of that. And I want has background. Wow, well, grey. I don't want black. Black's too dark. Let's go for dark. Has background dark. Go for that. See what happens. Let's run. See what happens. It's gonna blow up. It's gonna blow up because they're all in the same position. That's dramatic music then there, wasn't it? Let's fast forward to the pirate ones. The pirate ones are a bit better. Wait, that's way shit the best. Let's try to do the thing and it's good. Whoa, multiple threats detected. Yeah, more than one match event. That's fine. That's fine. Well, it's not fine. It's far from fine, but it's our own fault. So we'll go to game bootstrap. I'm going to get Amade with position. And you might be thinking, this is long-winded, isn't it? Add into this builder every time you want to change something. And yeah, to some extent, you're right. But it will pay dividends later on when we decide we want to start randomizing stuff. And we can let it under the hood randomize a lot of it for us. And it gives us a consistent way to build up stuff in an automated way. Position equals, and then position 0. We're doing this. And again, for everybody who's wondering, the unit builder, it's kind of like a fluent-ish sort of pattern. So we're returning the unit builder back and building. It's constantly building on top of itself, basically, on the shoulders of giants. Right, let's move on. Might help if I added it here, couldn't it really? Okay, it's like, there's an error! Oh, there's no longer an error. No longer an error. There we go. So at this point then, because of the way it's going to iterate, it's going to be at the top first. So 0, 0, that means the player would be at the top, on the top left. So let's go with actually no, I'm going to also do an overload of this. Look at that. Boof! You know, I could actually just... No, I could do here. Turn. Position. There you go. Put that down to one line. Look at that, majestic. Technically, it'll incur another function cost thing, but not that fussed at the moment. I'll probably edit this later anyway. That's the thing, when you prototype, it doesn't matter if it's going to be expensive, as long as you know that you can reduce the cost for later. Right, this one can be like 3, 3. Actually, no. To start with, let's make this. So 3, 3, 3, 3 would be like roughly around the middle, wouldn't it? That one can be 3, 2, and this one can be 3, 1. I mean, I'll probably end up having a builder, which will, well, not a builder, maybe some sorter, which will basically just take all the units that you've got and go, well, okay, all the enemies will probably be on the top and you'll be on the bottom, like chat. Well, we'll see what happens there. So let's. Oh, actually, no, not at the moment. Let's not worry about that. Let's run this. See what. No, we should run. Get a bit further. I like the pirate music in the background. Maybe it should to a lot of people. Well, just be horrible noise, but there we go. And there we go. That looks okay, right? Where's the gutter on there? Oh, that's a shame. I was hoping the background would That one should be 2. That one can be 3. And he's surrounded by them in the middle, amongst the chaos. Right. Let me think for a moment. That's okay. What it's doing. Maybe. We should put the top left like a little span. A little span saying what square it is, but we'll make it absolute so it's not going to get in the way. A little tiny span here. Tag. Oh, for goodness sake, the Visual Studio is unstable. It needs to be sectioned. Give it a little pause. They need to be in there, isn't it? Oh, no, it's not. I've got the X and the Y. That sneaky little thing there. And then what I'm going to do is, I'm going to say that There's one more thing built in for just basically making it position absolute. No, don't overlove it. Position rel no, position absolute. Right, well let's make the container relative. Is relative. That means that here we can do is absolute. Actually, rather than do that, we'll just make a grid tag. Grid tag. And then we'll go into our CSS. Grid tag is going to be position absolute. Yeah, that'll take it out of the stacking order. And I'll just see what happens then. Oh, actually, maybe we should give it a is info. Oh, right. I wish it'd just stay running and just work. I wish I could just rebuild it. I guess I could build it off the command line. And then IIS Express would just be able to... Yeah, there we go, see. So we've got all these things here. We want it to... I ideally want them to not collapse. How do I give them a fixed height? Display flex. Grid column. I think that's actually it's black. It's black. Maybe that'll just do it then. I'm not sure if that'll actually work because it needs to flex to something inside that row, and there's not going to be anything inside all the rows. But it doesn't matter too much at the moment. I'm not too fussed. No, it's not actually doing the position absolutely either. Maybe if I control F5. There we go, that's what I was after. Now it's actually doing the position thing. Right, okay. With this thing as well, let me just move that text to the middle. That's annoying me a bit. And also, where's grid tag? Grid tag, grid tag. Capacity. More. Oh good, no, I don't want that. Don't want that. Where is leg grid tag? There we go. 0.2, that's the C kind of 0.3. It's 0.4. 0.4 is a nice. Nice. 0.4. And we want that to be in the middle, so inspect that. Text this then, something like that. Typography. Actually, I think it's one column. It's under options. He's centered. He's centered, that's all she wrote. Oh, that sounds like you're walking a plank, doesn't it? That's not centered though, is it? Maybe. Should be centered? No. No. Why are you not centering? Yeah. Let me just test here with a margin alter. Oh, margin alter doesn't even punch it out. Not even that punched out. Okay, let's go back to this for a sec. All seems fine. Columns is centered. No, I don't want it on the column. Right, okay. Maybe that. Maybe undo something then. How's text then? I think that's what I want. Let's try it. Oosh! There we go, that's what we want. Column has text then. In unit avatar. That's already in the center. Actually, we'll put that in text center. That's not gonna do any harm. That would be funny. That one. Control 5. Oh, no, it's not pulled in, that's it. Stupid thing. And also what we'll do here is we'll go, where's the F? There's the... Right, so in this point here, we want to go, I think it's figure image. Figure image. Element. Image. Image is 16 by 16, correct. But I'm gonna make it 64 by 64. Actually, 32 by 32, that'll double it. It'll look horrible, but it'll be fine. Right, let's put that in there. Images 32, 32. And we're gonna go to assets, right, and two. Okay, I'll make this a view concern for the moment. Basically, we pass it the class type, and we'll just return a little switcheroo. Default can just be return type. Actually, we'll call this get class. Call it get class name, and then we'll just have a convention. Case is class height dot a. It was a constant value. I'm sure you can do pattern matching here. Let me just Google this. C# switch pattern matching. How much? If not, we'll just use an if else if. Okay. Like strings? Same of something. They're all constants, aren't they? when no, right, I'm just gonna use an if. Switch an if, please. Convert to no. Do if else, yes. It's a mage, return Maggie. You know, I tend to do stuff crazy like this. I'm not sure. Is that good? Probably not. If it's a rouge. I mean, you can actually do some fancy-ish stuff here and use reflection to get back the name and stuff. But I don't do that. Well, I do in OpenRPG, but not here. And I don't actually need the thing there because it's going to be maybe a cascading through. Actually, maybe we should have a fighter, and we'll do an actual fighter. And then we'll have peasant. Oh, look at that. We'll have a little peasant. Peasant here. There you go. Yeah, you can do that. I was gonna make the joke of the peasant, but actually, it looks like he's from jail. It looks like he's from what's the game? The escapists. He'll do as a pet. The NPCs can take that one. For goodness sake, copy that area. Save out. Peasant. Peasant. Jackpot. There we go. That's that done. I'm sure there's some logic to this one. Right. Jackpot. Take fast name. And then this will be unit dark last night. .png. Let's see how this works out. I'll be interested to see if this works. And actually, where's the give me the Windows. Give me command line. You give me developer command prompt. Wait, no, I don't want it over there. You silly thing. Build. Let's see if I can just refresh now. There we go. See, we kind of got a little person there. Oh, person Rooney. We've got the Rogue. Yeah, I'll put an alt on them actually, so you can see what they are. And because I'm gonna be doing that rather than constantly reusing the method call, I will just call it once here. Right, so that'll be last name, and we'll have an alt last name, and we'll build again. And it's shit the bed. I'm trying to just do at class though. It's because I had that bracket there. The bracket was messing it up. Silly bracket. No, I ain't gonna need that there actually, because the PNG is actually gonna try and mess with it. There we go. Let's try that again. Try a build. You know what? This thing's actually not as great as I was hoping. Give me the ace of space. There we go. There we go. Why are you not in the center though? What is center you? Is center? Maybe it'll say. Maybe it'll tell me. That's not the one. I don't know how ratios. I just want to center it. Oh, there's a. Did I see justified content somewhere? Justified content center. Maybe that's all we need. Little build. Didn't do a thing, did it? Oh, I've got to use these flags on the. If they put in a card, I don't want a card. And they make the container is like horizontal. Let's see. See if that does it. There we go. His flex is justified content center. Get rid of that. Actually, I'm also probably going to need the cars. Whatever it was. Entered. Just in case it comes up with that. Okay, let's do a build. Try that. I mean, it's still not like that much of a game, but it's closer to a game now, right? It actually looks a bit like you've got people there will attack each other to some extent. Make sure I have an empty. No, because I can give like things there. Let's not worry about it. Let's not worry about it. Yeah, so we've got 3-2 at the enemy. Right, so I'm gonna need Gooch to pick somebody to fight. But no, let's keep it simple. Let's just have him pick a random enemy and fight them. So we'll have each person pick somebody from a different faction and hit them. I mean, that's progress. It might not be great, but it's progress. Let's save that. Let's commit this as well, because we've done some good stuff here. Good stuff. Just in the units. Okay. So the other ones, it's been fairly simple. Just been like, do it, go, commit. push, whatever. Oh, that's the good music. I like that one. That which bit? I don't know which bit you want to have, but I imagine all of it. All of it is just pure win. Right, what am I doing? What am I doing? I'm gonna go to Game Bootstrap. And at this point, I'm thinking that I'm gonna move some of this stuff out. The Game Bootstrap is, I mean, a lot of this is gonna get binned. I'll be honest with you, a lot of this is gonna go in the bin in a bit. But for the moment, let's just pretend it's not. Actually, let me leave that there for now. Oh. Let's have a take thing. Because you can tell that this is doing so much stuff, because look at my methods I've got in here now. And it's, really, this thing here is just, I'm a game bootstrapper. I will start the game. That's it. That's all its job is. Kickstart the game. But now we're saying, actually, we're going to put the game implementation in here as well, which we probably don't want. We should probably have an iGame or something like that. Anyway, we'll get into that. Because really, I'll probably bin all this off. A lot of this will go in the bin. And I'll just use an existing framework, which will let me do what I want in a different way. Anyway, let's just continue as we are, just because we're prototyping. So take them. Right, so the unit then needs to decide, you know what? I am going to go target unit dot should it? For now, let's just get it to hit anything. I'm not enough. Dot single or default. Because that's safer. I mean, we might want to get rid of that later. Faction type does not equal unit.faction type. So basically, just get any unit which isn't in our faction, and then just attack it. Run attack. Run attack. Unit. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna raise an event here. So maybe we should make an event thing somewhere. In here, we'll make an event. Event. What? Come on, change. Oh, for God's sake, because it's in run mode. We'll do again then. None of this shit in Rider. What was that? Events. So let's do unit attack event. I mean, this is event args, but I'm just gonna call it event. Why not? There you go. So we can basically say to it, hey, here's who attacked who and what the damage was. And actually, yes, let's keep this as is, because we're gonna start augmenting damage based off levels and stuff. So we want damage to be separate from the raw attacking thing. And to be honest, later on you're probably gonna want to separate this further out, so it'll actually be like an ID. So you just have like a unit ID rather than a unit thing. This is a reference. It's only a few bytes to pass around, and it's only gonna happen every. It's only happen like every second. No one's gonna lose their mind over this. I hope not. Anyway. Right. So that's good. Let's make a constructor for that. Constructor. Yes. And we'll just provide that as 0. No damage is provided. So let's go back to the game bootstrap. At this point, we're actually gonna kind of want a message broker of some sort, kind of a pub subsystem. But I keep this simple for now. So let's just copy this. Boom. Did you notice in this getting a bit messy? One unit attack. Unit attack. There we go. And down here we'll do this as well. Oh no, we'll do that. So that'll hide itself. Right, so at this point we'll do on that. No, on the underscore one. I want the argument. New attacker, which is the unit target. Unit dot attack. We'll change that later though. We'll change that. No, you know what? Actually, we'll change this now. We'll change this to let's pass back an int. Actually, we'll pass back the byte. No, it'll be an int because we'll pass back the thing. It'll automatically convert that to an int. So that's fine. But like when you do byte plus byte, that can result in an well, it's short, but it defaults to an int. Let's. I know I keep saying let's not worry about that, but let's not worry about that. Let's do the null check thing there because that's always safe, right? Just in case that's not null. It should never be null there, but just in case. So now we got the notion of well, when attack passes back the damage done. Just pass back that there, the damage. Change that to an int. And change that to an int. And really, we'll probably end up changing a lot of it to ints further down the line. Because in my game, I'm just going to have like 10 HP. In yours, you might have 10,000. If you wow 2 million. Right. So from here, now I need that to be exposed and used in the index. Oh, what's right. Unit has attack. So use change by start to 1A unit has attack. Yeah. What? Just make an event. Yeah. Thank you. Right, and that actually is going to contain the bit I need. Let me go there again. No, what are you doing? What are you doing? Oh, great. Good mistake. People are losing their minds. Heavily void. Unit has that. Unit has that. Vent. There you go. Oh. Let's satisfy it. Oh, yeah. You just got like that. Oh, yeah, it's not that one on unit attack. There we go. Yes. Okay. Love it when a plan comes together. Right. What am I gonna do here? What am I gonna do? Oh, maybe we should have like a little toast. Little toast, like, oh, this person's. Maybe not. Maybe we should have a little log floating somewhere. Yeah, I like that idea. Let's have a. Let's have a little log. Have a little loggy if I want. So the log is going to be a. It's just going to be a. What's it going to be? Maybe a bot. Was it an element? Bot. Oh, I can make a no. Make it. Yeah, I just want a simple box. Just give you position absolute down here somewhere. Not even spell. Absolute. Oh, that's a good track as well. I like this one. This is where the dudes chase on the multi-ball. If anyone's wondering, Santa was on the Amiga. It might be on the PC as well, but I couldn't confirm. I only played it on the Amiga. Right. Let's try and squeeze that last bit of brain energy out of my stupid head. And we'll just protect it. We'll put a title on it. And we'll put a path on it as well. But what we can do here is we can go, well, actually, hover. If you hover over it, opacity, maybe 1. So you can just mouse over it and see it. Maybe like 2 or 3. There we go. Right, let's do. Oh no. What am I doing? I've gone mad. I've become a total idiot. That there. Oh, lock. Because I don't want it to be on absolute, because absolute can be applied anywhere. There we go. It sounds too clean. I'm used to hearing it with like the whole when you're using the flippers. Like that. Wait, let's say medium height, medium overflow. Yeah, that seems alright. And then output lock. We'll apply that to there. And this can be. We'll have a list of. Yeah, we'll do a list of strings. And we fancy here and have like crazy like coloured text. Let's not worry about that for now. So it's just gonna be a for each. If it doesn't need any, it does actually need a class. You're thinking, well, where's this logged that people are talking about? It's maybe private. I don't care. It's only used internally to here, so. We'll new it up as we go here. New log. Oh, I keep forgetting we can just do new. Ah, I see that. Oh. Log.add. Okay, and then we're going to have a... God, what's the syntax in .NET World to that? That looks like it's going to be something. Name fact args dot target dot name for there we go, and we'll just clog up the screen with that. Just lovingly clog it all up. I mean, in the real world, if you're blitzing and things, you'd probably have effects going here, pew pew pew, particles and stuff like that. But we don't have that. We don't care about that. That's a view level concern, and we'll just try to do the bare minimum. Let's see what happens. See what happens now. That places a red. Oh no. Logs. My son watches a Minecraft streamer. Who, I think his name's Tyler, but he calls himself log.zip. And he's doing log.zip here. My son loves saying that. Anyway, moving on. Let's go to battle grid. Anyone attacking? If we've actually got thingy. There's a log thing there. Hey, and you can see if I mouse over it becomes. I'll actually put a title in there, I think. Logs. P class equals title. The logs. Combat logs. Combat logs. And just do a quick rebuild there. A sneaky rebuild. Didn't see it coming, did they? Combat logs. Nothing's happening. Why is no one hitting each other? People should be battering each other now. So to find out why, let's go into the game bootstrap. And also, let's just check on here. No errors. We're good. I take turn. Maybe it would help if we did a unit not for each. New. For each. Look at that majestic code there. Ooh. So for each unit, just take a turn. Just go for it. Go for it. Actually, do we want... No, maybe we don't want to them to all take a turn at once. No. Or do we? Yeah, for now let's do that. But I'm actually going to order by XR initiative. So whoever's got the not going to be optimal, but whatever. Yeah, that should do it. Actually, I don't like them to do this stuff. That's gonna, it makes me die a little inside. I can't do the quick for each refactor. It doesn't matter. We'll burn memory. Who needs memory? Like, they'll all go at once. Well, they won't all go at once. They'll be in thingy order, hopefully. Come on, combat one. Will you do something? Do something! They just don't want to hurt each other. They're on pacifist. Frequent update. So yeah, order by. Let's reach do that. What's the problem? Let's just run it. batch again. See what happens. No, it's gonna be me problem. I'm doing things stupid here. But what am I doing stupid? The update definitely happened because we used to have an update thing called every second do an update. And the update goes to orders the unit, which we have many. Orders by that takes the turn. Take the turn, get the target. Run the attack does that. Returns the attacker health. So the attacker attack. Actually, you should only take a turn if your health is above 0 as well. Alright, let's take a turn. Let's burn memory. Just burn in all our memory here. Why is it not dead? That. I like looking at Link, but when you know the cost of each one of these things, and really you could write that in like a couple of lines in a for each. But I'm too lazy. Too lazy for that. But hey, one of the cool things is when you make it this slow to start with, and then when you optimize it, you're like, oh, look how fast it is now. Ah, look at all that speed gain. Why aren't you doing stuff? Come on, do something. I'm not asking for much. Oh, here we go. Now we've got issues. It contains more than one element. Which secret? Oh yes, that'll be first or default. What an idiot hole. What a total space melon I am. Right, there we go. Here we go. Look, they're all fighting. Pew 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 pews. And there's all the fighting's happening here. Everybody's fighting. No one seems to be hitting in that. Why is Gucci's health never going down? Hey, Gucci's just. Oh, Gucci's enemy person 2. Why is enemy person 2 not dying? Or maybe it's always going to be. Huh. Well, I mean, the enemy won. The enemy won. There was a game of some sort there. Not a game of some sort, but. Who was Gooch attacking that? Any person 1. Gooch attacked any person 1. He just doesn't get round to any person 2. And he's dead. But let's see. They're just constantly attacking Gooch. Why is Gooch no longer doing attack? Hold him. Maybe you can't find him in there. Because they've even got a faction. Shouldn't matter. I need to put something else on. The game itself is amazing, but these sound effect bits, I don't like when they put sound effects in there. Let's get some Open Transport Tycoon music. delightful. OST. Is that the one? Is that the one I like? It is the one I like. Look at all in red. Let's go for yeah, this one. Let's have the spooky one. There we go. It's all a bit spooky. Gone all a bit spooky here. Right, where's that window gone? That window. Cool and good. Right. Back onto this stuff. And people always think, oh, game development, that's so exciting. I'd love to be a game dev. And then they actually do. Like, oh, this isn't that exciting. It's they're fighting. They're fighting brutally to the death here. And he's getting from both sides, isn't he? You just get a shot on him? No. But why is he not returning? Any person still a valid target. Yeah, so what? Actually, let's put the where first. No. So where the enemy isn't dead, order by initiative, take turns. That's cool and good. I mean, again, we'll probably move over to a computed architecture later, where we'll just have computeds which tell us who's alive and stuff. Find a target, and the first will default, which does not have the same faction type. So that should be fine, unless maybe we should still. He should still be gonna go at that point. He's on here. It's like he just stopped. I mean, they're still attacking Gooch. He's dead. Dead, just leave him. What we should probably do here is just go, let's have a quick, private. Actually, we can have it probably. Doesn't matter. Units dot any are there any not dead and faction type does not equal faction type. So are there any enemies which aren't dead? No. Yeah. What? Are there any enemies which aren't? Right, let's just rearrange this so my brain can cope with this faster. Better. That's it. Are there any enemies which are in this faction? Then we need to invert that. Because an any is faster than an all. Because an any will break out if it finds a match. Whereas all has to scan all of them. Now, if there's any faction types which are not dead, I return true. What? What? I'm sure this is it, but I'm trying to wrap my head around it. So, are there any enemies? Yes. Are they dead? Are they not? Oh my god. Oh, kill me now. Kill me now. I wrote this. It poured out of my head. I must know what's happening. we get all enemies, are there any enemies which are not dead? Yes, there are enemies that are not dead. And then if we invert that, the player's not right. Yeah, that should seem fine now. Is player dead? Has player lost? And again, this shouldn't really exist in here. This should all be in another class, and we'll do this later. Units, not any. And we're assuming here as well. Types. Player. We were assuming here that we want all the players' characters to survive. You might be on, depending on your game, you might be like, oh well, actually, I only want. There's got to be a key character surviving. So each level might have its own predicate on how a loss situation's handled. But we're keeping it simple at the moment. Okay. Why is that complaining? Right, so are there any units which are players and they're not dead? And we invert that. The inversion is basically what lets us use an any versus an all. Because it'd basically be if all faction players are dead, but otherwise if one's not dead, it can break out early and go, actually you're still fine. So every second we check, has the player won? Has the player won? Actually, if the player hasn't won, and no, the player has won, or again, this is a shortcut here, or has player lost. Breakout. We don't want to do it anymore. And right, the reason I've done it that way, in case anyone's wondering, is because if I was to do the ands and go has player not won and has player not lost, then I'd have to shove that inside there, which would be more indentation. Because then I'd have that stuff in there, whereas that's a bit nicer just to go, yeah, return out early. And we're not. There's no point updating if the players won or whatever. But, actually, maybe we should. Yeah, actually, we probably should. Because Zilga, I want an update to happen. So we can have indentation anyway. Anyway, you know, I'm gonna put this in a there you go. So I can make that a bit simpler now. So it's a bit more readable. And also it's more separated. This way it'll actually I don't want it to return that. So basically I do want it to be I do want it to be the other way around. If the player hasn't lost or won, then play round. Otherwise, there we go. So it's amazing how stuff works out, isn't it? No, I didn't want to do that. Don't stop. Oh god, now I'm clicking all over the shop. Stop. There we go. Right, 1 second. Back in a sec. I heard one of my small children complaining then, but didn't. They're in bed now. I don't want to see them. So you've had the day with me. You can go and vanish upstairs now. And hopefully I won't have to see him till the morning. That'd be a cool thing, wouldn't it? Right. Yeah, do all that, blah 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 blah. Let's have a game over event. You know, we're getting a lot of events. It's getting very messy in here. Very messy. I mean, I wouldn't want to be the person maintaining this. I understand I'm the one writing it, so I'm both the victim and the complainer. Complainer? There's got to be a better word. Oh, 1 second. On the Discords. I've got a friend who lives in Canada. He moved from the UK to Canada. And we've got kind of like got a synchronous conversation going every now and again. EVE Online he's playing now. I haven't played that for years. Tell them all the good information. That Sai's got a new computer. Oh goodness. Right, on game resolved. Oh, maybe on combat resolved. Let's keep it on game resolved for the moment. Not the best of names, is it? But everything's just a refactor away. We don't have to worry about it. And we'll go into here and we'll want another event. Public. Wow. Game resolved event. Public. So did player win. Did the player win? That's all we care about. Oh, what am I doing? What am I doing? Alt enter, move, back. Resolve. For God's sake. I'm not drunk, honest. Honest to God, I'm not. Game resolve. Yes. All good stuff. And we want to dispose it only. No, that one. There we go. And maybe we should check at the end here then. We check now as the player won. And if so, we do a you can probably just put that here. Do it in here. If the player's won, then we'll do a resolve game. On resolve that one on that. New resolve game trip. Whoa. Game resolved event. Game resolved event. God knows what I've just told it to send over. See, there's so much code I don't even know where I'm going anymore. Yeah, that can go there. Else, if players lost, fall. That's basically it then. So we'll work out as the player won, as the player lost. And he took into them on the other side. The other side, it would be Not saved. Save that. Index. Oh, this is getting a bit. There's stuff happening here now as well. Well, not loads, but more than I would like. Alt sub. See, in this way, the game is saying, "Well, I've updated, and we're like, "Well, we'll check if the state's changed." But also, the game's saying, "I'm doing all these events," but the game's not responsible for that. Well, the game kind of is, but that's the bootstrap it. Anyway, it should be separated. We'll get to that later. Resolve game. Resolve game. Make a. Why can't I just create a method? How hard is that? Come on. Do something. And we will do a. Not a. Game resolve event. Oh, and I'm gonna do something a bit cheeky here. I do a nullable boolean. So it's true, false, maybe. As player 1. And to start with, it's going to be null. And it's just going to remain null until we get this event. Then it will be as player 1. No, not value. Equals. Did player win? I like how I've got has player 1, did player win. Like two different. Wait, did player win? What's one that? The bool? That's a bool. Well, maybe it's set value then. Wait, I don't know why that. Maybe that's the syntax. Right, did they win? No. So, what we can do here is we can go. Let's make a div here. Div. Plonk that there in that div. Boom! Right, so we're gonna basically want to hide that. If, I want to hide it. Maybe I should just proper hide it. Yeah, let's proper hide it. If what's wrong with that? If state. Player win. If it doesn't have a value, do all that. Well. Class equal title, and actually, rather than making really fancy stuff inline, I'm just gonna do a if did they win. So if the player won, go is like stack. What? But if you didn't win... is danger. I'll give him a sad face. Not sad face. They don't need exclamation marks, it's bad enough anyway. Well, that's a bit messy, but it does the trick, doesn't it? Yeah. I need a drink. I'm gonna pay for a minute to get a drink. Right, I'm back. We turn the AFK off. Just responding to Lord Sale. Oh, itchy foot, itchy foot. Right. Let's see what happens here. I've kind of gone off piste a bit here because oh, which one's gonna load? We'll just do that. Because I only had a task to just put the things in there, but I've added a combat log. I've done other stuff, a you win thing. We're all fighting each other. Well, Goot's just getting decked. Oh, you died! What a shame, why is it not in red though? It's text is danger. Text. Danger? Is danger text? Text is... What is this? Oh, of course it is. Has text danger. It's like Yoda talk. Has text danger. You died. Oh no. There's the combat one. Where's Gooch still in person one now? I mean, Gooch is a bit of an idiot. But, you still shouldn't be doing that. Right, so everyone's dead. It's not good for Gooch though, not looking good at all. And we've done a lot there, so let's commit there as well. I mean, it's looking a bit more like a game, isn't it? Well, maybe not there, but there it's looking a bit more like one. But you got some grids which aren't even sized right. There's some little people and they're attacking each other. Oh, delightful. Right, yeah, let's commit that. That's pretty much all I need on that commit log there. And I've kind of gone crazy, as I said. I've just basically add multiple units and have them all take turns. But as part of that, I'm just going to bundle this in. Yeah, bundle this all in there. Right. So why is Gooch not attacking? This is the game. And I've purposely not done a unit test, whatever here, or automation test, because I didn't have to scrap them. It takes a lot of time and effort to have good, well constructed and meaningful tests in there. And given I know full well I'm going to rip all of this stuff out later, I'd only be wanting to do unit tests if I really, really, really want to verify a bit works. And given that everything should be fairly simple, I shouldn't be getting tripped up that much. Oh, go through here. Okay. So, unit takes a turn. It looks for any unit without that faction type. Oh, right, and is alive. And is not dead. So instead, you don't want to be fighting that, do you? Maybe that's the problem then. Maybe Gooch is hitting the other one. Maybe that's it, yeah. Maybe that'll solve it, you know. There's me thinking it's a big mystery. No, it's just he's attacking dead people. It wouldn't be the first time. But speed up, go. I might just up the turn speed to like 10 times the speed. But he's hitting them. And that one's down. Yes, and he turns his attention over here. So you think you've got me, enemy person too, but turns out you have. Right, but what if when we run an attack now, we actually go, you know what? The damage we want to do is attacker, attack, plus attacker dot attack. So each level will be like 10% of the attack, or something like that. How do I want to do it? We get 1% of it. Actually, no, let's get 10% of it. 1/10 of it. And times that by level. There we go. So now that would be damage to be a float, I imagine. Oh no, it's looking out as an inch. How? Because that would have made it a float. But anyway. Okay, I thought this had happened. So let's explicitly make it a bite. And we'll cast this explicitly as a bite. And we make that a var now. And then we'll do damage, damage, damage. Actually, we'll take to makes sense. if he's got like 10, not even 6, I can't remember. So maybe it's not gonna be that much. Maybe we'll give him 20%, 20% extra. Right. And we haven't got the notion of armor or anything either, because really a rogue, a rouge, would have less armor than a person, a fighter, wouldn't they? But this is where, when we get into this territory, it's like, well, we have to design our own sort of RPG mechanics here. And look, I've already got a library that does that. So I can just dump that in at some point. We just got to contact Lord Sale. No subscriptions.
Wizard!
Oh, you came out of nowhere. Had 3 simultaneous heart attacks.
I've had loads to drink, and this is just...
Oh, yes. Perfect time to come online, then.
Yeah. So I just need to sort my pizza out, but...
Is it going to be like 3 layers? 3 layers of cheese and toppings?
It has got loads of cheese on the top. Yes, of course it has. I'm just going to sort it. I won't be a second, okay? It's just
yeah, you take time. Actually, I just realised the time. I'm going to be logging in about 15 minutes, but you get your pizza ready.
You're going to log in about 15 minutes? Well, that's as long as it takes my pizza to sort itself out.
Well,
so.
we'll just hang around for your pizza.
Yeah, I'll just it's in the oven. So I'll just chuck it. Yeah. What are you making? I've not been watching yet.
Well, one sec, I'll show you. What was I doing before? Oh yeah, I was making the damage scale. Right, so basically, I mean, you know what HTML's like with like fixed widths and stuff. It doesn't tend to like that if there's nothing in there. So those should be full width, full size. So that's a grid. Imagine that's a grid. Look, they're fighting. There's a combat log. People are fighting.
Oh, that is beautiful.
Then they get. Yeah. That's a fighter. That's a rouge, and that's a Maggie. That's dead. And then he's leveled up. No, I haven't set him to level up yet. That's what I was gonna do. He's fighting. He's trying to stay alive. Gooch is. Gooch, can you do it? Can you do it, Gooch? He can't. He can't do it. But he died. No. That's kind of a game loop, right? It's not a great one, but it's a game loop. And that's what I was aiming for. And you can see what happened in there. Lots of happened. But what I've been saying as I've been going through is so the game bootstrapper now is quite horrible because it's doing a load of stuff that it shouldn't be doing. Look how big that is. Oh,
how many lines is that?
120 something, 126.
That's great. Oh.
It's going, oh, well, I'm doing the unupdated, that's fine. The game bootstrapper should probably do that. But then it's going, well, on unit attacked, on game resolve, I'll contain the grid and the units. I've got the start game where it sets stuff up, the has player one, has player also. All this stuff needs to be stripped out. And one of the things I was saying just before you arrived was, so the run attack used to literally be, get the player attack, take it off the defender. But now that we've got the notion of levels, we kind of need, like at the moment I could just have it so the level goes up every time somebody gets killed. But we kind of going to need some actual RPG mechanics, and that's where I'm going to need to use, well, I don't need to use, I could use anything, but I know of this really cool library called OpenRPG which does this exact thing. So I think soon I'm going to just bung this in there, and then it's going to handle a lot of the, well, it's 404, somebody should get on that. There's no docs apparently, no docs. Why is
that is incredible. How can someone use a library when the docs don't work?
I know. Well, I hear that they've got a Blazor thing here. There's a live demo that they've got apparently. And I go and look at that and stuff. So yeah, because they've got attack and damages and defenses, and look at that. There's oh, you can see that how much attack they generate and stuff. Randomize them. Ah, look at that. Yeah, that one does dark damage because they've got plus 10 dark damage there. They've got minus. Oh no, it's -1 dark defense. Yeah. Anyway, so this thing can handle the whole actual mechanics behind the scenes, and it'll wrap up a load of the guff that I'm doing now. Oh, look at that. Yeah, process the attack. So he defended a load of dark damage. I don't know how he defended 10 dark damage and only 4 was given. But yeah. And then 8 pure damage defended. Took -5. -5 damage. And then 3. So you technically would have healed dark damage there. Do you have a thing to dark? Yeah, the combat process with that was quite noddy. But I can write mail for that. But that's basically what I'm going to move over to, because at least then I'll have proper stats and things.
Yeah.
But as with all good gateway drugs, this was the first step towards that. So yeah, that's basically what I'm up to now. So I've got a grid thing. Not a great grid, but it's some form of game grid. And then now that they can attack each other, because they all take turns. So in the game logic, it goes right. Every update, has the player won or lost? If they haven't played around, which just goes, well, get all the non-dead people, sort them by initiative, then take turns. And you're probably thinking, wow, look at that link, which could have easily been done in a 4-4-each or a 4-loop, which would be far more efficient. And I said that when I was doing that. But we're not optimizing yet. And the cool thing is, because we've made it so awful with a lot of the memory usage here, when we do optimize, it's going to fly a lot better. You'll be getting so many dividends for your optimization steps. And and yeah, that's pretty much it. But considering it's been like 3 evenings of like maybe 2 hours each, we've gone from nothing to having that. Gooch getting pummeled, which you know how much I like seeing Gooch get pummeled. It's it's progress.
It's very easy though, isn't it?
Yeah. So anyway, that's boring stuff. Tell us about your pizza. What's happening with the pizza? What flavour?
It's actually a garlic pizza bread.
Oh, well, I like garlic.
Pizza. It's a garlic bread pizza that I have modded.
You've modded
with cheese and hot sauce, and it's very nice. And I've had too much wine to drink, so it's all a little bit much.
Well, I think it's just going to top off the perfect evening for you there. Oh, did you have your in person? Well, not your in person, but your pair programming thing today.
I had an interview. Yeah.
But was this the pair programming bit?
Yeah, it was 2 hours and 45 minutes, the total interview time.
Of your life that you'll never get back. And how did it go, do you think?
The pair programming exercise, the intro stuff was fine. Pair programming exercise, it was just like a TDD kata. It was fine. Like,
okay then.
Yeah, there was nothing wrong with that. The whiteboard exercise, however, I just didn't do very well at, because I don't really think I understood what they were trying to get out of me.
Was it also like, oh, design a blog and give us a UML diagram or something?
No, it wasn't. It was like, they said, okay, design a lift control system for a lift that for 2 lifts that can go between 3 floors.
Okay.
And I was like, right, so, like, are we talking like hardware interlock? Like, are we thinking about all these different inputs that are going into a system? Are we talking like state?
I guess they didn't give you anything. They were just like, just make it.
They give me nothing. All they did was they just watched me flounder and figure stuff out on a whiteboard, and I couldn't see their faces because of the screen sharing software that they were using. Whiteboard.
But could they see your face getting all flustered?
Yeah, with an occasional voice that would just say, "So, have you considered this?" And I was just like, I I can't like. So I was like, right, okay. So you
Can't even.
Yeah, so you press a button, and then like that's so you've got some hardware thing, and that goes into like essentially it goes to the embedded controller, and it's like, right, we add it to a queue, and we'll add it to, I don't know, some sort of like round robin queue thing of a fixed size because it's an embedded controller, because that's absolutely the sort of limitation you'd have. And it's like, so you'd read that thing from the queue, and then you'd have to query the state of the system to figure out if you can respond to that event or if you even need to. And it was like, sense. and then it was like, so how do you know if the system can respond to the event? So it's like, if you've called a lift, is the lift already en route that could service that request? If so, doesn't matter. Just carry on. Illuminate the button, maybe. Fuck it. I don't know how this system works. If not, you need to find a lift that could service the request. So you've got 2 lifts. It's like, is it on its way? Is it idle? Like, are the doors closing? Are the doors open? Like, what's the state of this lift?
Well, yeah, I guess a lift can either be stationary, going up or going down, right? So there's the 3 states. And then...
well, it's. I mean, it can be stationary. It can be opening and closing the doors. It can be going up and down. It can also be in an alarm state, which is there's something wrong with the lift. It can't move because there's a danger, so it needs to be.
But are you making this up as you? Were you the one who was like, "Oh, I'm gonna make it super complex"?
I had nothing. Like, the brief was you have a lift, 2 lifts, 3 floors, and I was like, I understand like the hardware control aspect of this, but I do want it from a software. Like I just really upset myself being given such a broad problem and no bounds. Like, was I designing...
That's the thing, isn't it? When there's no bounds, you're like, well, I'm just going to try and cover every facet of this. Yeah, I hadn't even thought about alarms and stuff.
I was talking about, so like, let's say you've got, I was just chatting about like, God, it's even stressing me out now. I was like, so you got buttons inside the lift cab that can, like, a person can press. You've got lifts on the floor that a person can press.
Yeah.
You've got these inputs, and you've also got like interlock inputs, like the lift is currently stationary or the lift doors are jammed.
You probably end up having 2 layers of state machine as well, because one would be on the actual local lift to stop them pressing the buttons loads.
So I said you've got your lift controller, which is asking the lift to do things, and then you've got the lift itself, which for safety purposes is a self-governing, autonomous thing that the lift controller can ask to do things, but the lift has to basically acknowledge that it can do it. Otherwise, if someone puts their foot in the door to abort the lift doors closing, you don't want the lift controller going, okay, you can now go down, because you're going to cut someone's leg off. There's safety features which are independent of any control system that override it. So, so I was talking about this sort of stuff, and then they went, but how would you design this? Like, they were talking about software design stuff, and I was like, well, I'm just approaching it from a hardware safety point of view. Lifts are dangerous unless, like, all of these things are in place.
Yeah.
And it's like, and then one of the guys was like, so you press a button, and then like the event goes on to a. So let's say if 2 people press the button at the same time, it's like, what happens? I was like, well, you're gonna have to have some sort of. You have to have some sort of like way of peeling these apart. So I don't know, chuck them in a queue.
Oh, are they in the same lift? They're in the same lift. They press the button.
No, they're different lifts, different floors. So they press a button, and it's like, so how do you handle this? I was like, I don't know, just chuck it in a queue.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I do. It's two separate requests.
And I was like, he said, so what sort of queue are we talking about? I was talking like SQS or something like that. I was like, well, I mean,
just the fucking queue.
It just totally threw me, because at no point had I ever considered any outside system communicating with this lift. Like, I said to them, at that point, I was thinking it was almost a joke, and they were trying to trip me up. So I was just like, well, I mean, I could connect the lift to the cloud, But if SQS has a period
The
of
cloud's
outage,
gone
no one can
down.
use
The
my lift.
lift's plummeting.
It's like this is going to be dangerous. So I said maybe it's going to be an embedded controller. Let's you've got a queue that's basically it's a circular list thing. It's a linked list. You've got 50 possible entries in this queue, and then it starts eating its own tail or something like that. I was like, that's the sort of limitation you're going to have with a lift control system. Like, you're not going to store an infinite number of lift events. You're going to have a limit. And I said, the only reason for that is because the lift control might be
so just to touch on that, if you imagine you got a finite amount, let's say you got 50 things, and just somehow there's like all these people are triggering on each floor. There's one person, and on like 5 of those people are constantly pressing buttons to fill the buffer. There's one guy who's never getting the lift. Where's the lift? I've been here for days.
I said to him, and like, if I was to build something like that, then if I was in like Nakatomi Plaza, maybe I would need a bigger buffer because of the number of floors.
Yeah.
I
think about that.
There's just so many ifs and buts. I was just like, I'd just done like nearly 9 hours of work, and then I was an hour into an interview, and then they were just asking me things about SQS queues for controlling lifts, and I was just like, is this a meme? Like, are we like, at one point I joked and I was just like, yeah, we could use SQS. Like, we could just use I don't know, an Azure function.
MQ on there.
We could just pass an event into Rabbit. Why not?
Why not?
I was like, you would not write a lift control system in that sort of software. You just would not.
No, I think though from their perspective, they're probably expecting you to approach it as an architectural problem, not an embedded system problem. So they're like, why isn't Kate telling us about like these message queues and this API that the lift's gonna talk to? And you're like, oh my god, it's embedded C, and there's mutable locks happening.
Is that architecturally, you could say, okay, I press a button, it goes into a queue. I read something from a queue. I go, which lift is available? I dispatch a request to the lift, and then the lift does its thing, and then it tells me when it's done it. It's like, fine, but I just the way they read it out to me, I was just like, I just couldn't grok it. I just couldn't get what they were asking me to do. I just really couldn't.
I really.
There was 2 of them that were like, I don't know.
Well, it's always tough when you're on when you're the interviewee. I remember one of the places that the place I worked with at Gooch, they quite like it when somebody was interviewing, and they kind of all go on and watch. Well, not all of them, but quite a few of them. They'd go and watch and see how they're getting on with the code and things, and they'd be like, yes, we've tripped them up. They'd take delight if they tripped over the interviewee. But I was going to say, one interview I did many years ago for a game dev company. It was I passed the first set of interviews, whatever. It was for a toolkit developer role, and they said, "Hey, we'll come on site for a day or two, and we'll give you something to do, and we'll see how you go." Oh, okay, cool. And this was around the time of C# 2 had just come out, I think. So that was like generics and stuff. And C# 1 was primarily out, and that was utter dog shit. And it was to do with color quantization. So effectively, like, here's several different images. We want a shared palette between all of them, and you need to find the most optimal colors for all this stuff. But basically, it was like a sheet, and they gave me a sheet, and they said, right, there's like 5 different images, and it had like a load of steps. So we basically want an application where we can put in the images. We want you to generate a color palette for each image. There was like 3 or 4 things on there, but long story short, I didn't realise that there was actually stuff on the back to do as well. And
oh my God.
I spent the first day just hammering out the most basic. I mean, it was literally a brute force for loop where it basically go through every single pixel, and then it'd build up a list which was of all the colours, and it would just basically start munging them down till they were close enough. And then once I got that working, and a basic sort of like, because I did it in C#, because at least that does the image handling for me. Even in C# 1, I could at least have like an image. In C++, I'd be fucking spending all those times writing a bitmap loader, PNG loader. And also they said to me, don't go online and look for the solution. I was like, oh, okay. Well, I mean, when they say that, how much of the solution can I go and look at? Because like, well, I was picturing in my head roughly, I'd want some sort of like KD tree or something, because that'd normally split on X, Y, Zs, but I could use that RGB instead. So I was like, well, I can kind of make a tree structure to kind of generate the best color approximation and stuff. So that wasn't too bad. But I was like, well, I wasn't entirely sure of the best way to go about try handle the image parts. So anyway, I googled some stuff, and they said, oh, we'll be monitoring your internet access to make sure that you're not trying to find the answers and stuff. And I thought as well, oh, I'll try and be clever because it's a game dev place. I thought, well, I'll try and do the actual algorithm for the KD tree stuff in C++, and then I'll integrate that via a p-invoke into C# for the GUI bit. So I go, hey, look, I can do UI stuff, and I can do C++ stuff, because obviously a lot of legacy stuff will be in C++.
Yeah.
And yeah, I bit off far more than I could chew, because it'd been a while since I'd properly done C++ at this point. I knew vaguely what I was doing, but in C# 1 it didn't seem as easy as I thought it'd be to p-invoke stuff in and export the right bits and try to debug it in C++ as well without having like rich unit tests and stuff like that. It was a nightmare. And I said to them, well, look, I've got, at the end of like the day and a half, I said, look, I've got this brute force thing to show you. And I loaded it up and I was like, look, here's the image. We generate the color palette. There's the color palette, and we can save it as a 256 bitmap with the color palette. And I said, well, I've also done the C++ bit, which, and I quickly told them, like, look, it uses a KD tree, it splits on that, blah blah blah. But I didn't have time to finish it, unfortunately. And then I was like, well, are there any questions? And so he goes, well, what if we want to have multiple images with one shared palette? And that was all the questions on the back. I was like, oh, I'm really sorry, I didn't realize that was a question. That was a task for me to do. Sorry. And then somebody else was like, well, why didn't you look online for some of the information around this? Because it was pretty clear to them that at some point I was pulling my hair and going, why can't I do? I can't remember what it was, but there was a few specific problems. They're like, why didn't you look online? And I was like, well, I was told that I couldn't look online for answers. I looked at the guy who said I couldn't look online, and he just shook his head at me. Like, what was it? It's a trap. And I wasn't sure what was going on there. But yeah, I didn't get the role, unfortunately. But it was a nice day out, and they bought me a pizza. But I was kind of like, well, I don't know. I felt like I could have.
Go on, sorry.
I was just gonna say I could have been successful. I think if I would have read the back page, because it wouldn't have been that much of a stretch to do multiple color quantization across multiple images, just rather than one. But at the same time, it was like, well, why say to me, don't go online looking for answers? Because that's what devs do. I mean, you got a problem, you go and try and find the answer. So it kind of felt like they were trying to trip me up a bit there. And I thought, well, considering it was C# 1, I'd done quite good. From my perspective. Again, this was like 10 plus years ago, whatever, so I wasn't as good then as I am now at coding. Not that I'm that good now, but back then I wasn't that good at all. So yeah, they probably had reasons to get rid of me, but I was kind of like, I think I could have done that. I could have been that toolkit guy.
I just think some places just like if they ran the interview process themselves, you would realize how many of themselves would, like, it's like learning to drive. You learn to drive, you pass the test, great, and then you go become a dev, and then like then someone brings you back in for a driving test, and you're like, holy shit! It's like, it's not that you've learned bad things. It's just that you're out of the mindset of being tested on things like that.
Yeah.
And it's like, I found parts of it fine. You know, the pair programming thing is fine.
It's just a pain, but you can do it, can't you?
It's just like a whiteboard session like that without like purposely being given not enough information. I don't know. Like,
Well, the thing is, the mere fact that you've gone into so much depth and immediately thought about all facets of the problem, for me, that'd be a win. Even if you didn't solve all of them, you've immediately shown that you can, given a requirement, you can analyze it, even if it's not a full requirement, find all the variables, and go, well, look, here's a basic sort of what we need to look at. But I mean, it's the same with any project. When you've got a big project in the real world, you don't tackle it all in like one day. That's why we've got sprints. Or however long you develop it, you go, right, let's bite off this chunk and
yeah. I mean, if they were saying like, if they said like, you know, draw like just give us an architecture diagram of how a lift control system might work. It's like, but like, it wasn't even that. It was like, right, well, we've got this lift control system that we need to build. I was like, okay, so do you want me to do like an analysis of like the different aspects of the system, or do you want me to start thinking about how a control flow of this might work? Because they're asking me questions about the control flow stuff, and I was like, but you just asked me about the architecture. It's like I don't understand. I was trying my best. Like, I mean, hopefully they come back with some feedback from me like tomorrow.
Yeah, it sounds like you did fine from my perspective, but we'll see.
It was quite stressful. Which is why I had an entire glass of wine.
A glass or a bottle?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, entire glass bottle of wine.
Entire glass bottle. That's amazing. Normally people are like, oh, you've had a glass. Oh yeah, glass bottle. Oh right, okay, okay.
And then I just did a couple of bosses in a guild raid, and then played a bit of CS.
Nice.
I think I'm just gonna go and pass out or something.
Yeah, well, I need to grab a shower. I've got an exam tomorrow, and they watch me on the webcam, so
yeah.
I need to be all, oh, I'm not a mess, honest.
Excuse me, can you please put your watch on the desk?
That's it. Won, look, congratulations, you won. I won. I had to fudge all the enemies to be shit.
Congratulations, you're a winner.
You win.
You winner.
I was gonna put like really comically bad spell.
Have you ever seen the Big Rigs Over the Road racing?
Yes. The
Your
guy
winner.
who made that went on to make the War Z, I think, and then he got involved in something else. But he's still making games, that guy.
Big Rigs Over the Road racing.
Yeah.
Where there's like an immense collision protection.
He's like,
Not really.
you'd reverse and then go over the finish line and win.
Yeah, and you could drive forwards and left, and you go like 1,000,000 miles an hour on the spot. Sergei Titov.
Yes, him. He's still making games.
Yeah.
I mean, the thing is, it might not be that he's done really bad code. It might just be a case of the code was fine. It was just he didn't test it very well, and didn't think, oh.
The game has attracted a cult following. You're a winner. Yeah. Nice. Oh my god, Titov went on to work for Riot Games on League of Legends before releasing War Z in December 2012.
Yes, the War Z.
Stated he was still in possession of the source code for Big Rigs, but could not release the former because it was still owned by Stellarstone and Game Mill Publishing. What? The War Z? What even is that?
Wait, so that was kind of like Daisy. I actually had that. It turned into Survivor Stories.
That's one of the worst video games of all time.
What, the War Z? No,
Yeah.
War Z was pretty good. Pretty good.
Was
I
it?
enjoyed that. Yeah, it was kind of like more. Well, it was like a faster paced Daisy. We had quite good fun on that. There was one bit where we went to assault a. I've got a video of it somewhere, but we went to assault what's the word? It's like a barricaded off area, like a little fortress. Fortress isn't the right word, but not an enclave. But we went to assault this outpost place, And Mez went in first and went around the back, and I went into the left, and I went through this garage area, and somebody dived out at me, and I just shot them immediately in the face with a shotgun. And it turned out it was Mez. And as I was recording it, he's there in slow motion going, "Oh shit!" As I'm blowing his head off. Yeah, we played that quite a bit, and you'd kind of dress up as a pumpkin man and go and stab people. It was all a bit odd, but I didn't think it was a bad game. It was okay. Merge that into main, yeah. Push main. Right, well, I've pushed up my changes. I think I'm going to go to bed now. Is your pizza ready?
Oh, I've decimated it. It's done.
Oh, well done. Well, you enjoy that then. I'll probably be on tomorrow and do.
Yeah, I've eaten it all.
You've eaten it all. Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm gonna go bed, watch some YouTube videos.
Just like, oh no. I'm sure you did fine though. On a serious note, from what you told me, it sounds like you did fine. That's your boy beating yourself up over nothing. They might be like, whoa, Kate's going way too in depth, like tunnel vision.
I like well, if you give me like something that's like that basic, then it's like I'm not going to start drawing sequence diagrams. It's going to be a case of what are we dealing with like as a thing. It's like because if no one had used like if you imagine if you were the first group of people to make a lift. Okay, lifts had never existed before, and somebody went, we have 3 floors, and we need to be able to get people from one to the other, and we've got this idea of using a moving mechanical system where there's a box that people stand in. It's like, let's design it. It's like, well...
They just tell you out of your mind?
It's like, well, okay, there's a few things to consider here, and it's not that we should use a SQS.
Yeah, we'll go wait for the cloud to be invented first.
I didn't even like I got so far through, and then they were like, "Well, have you considered like cloud technologies for this?" I was like, "Why would you even like?" I got so confused because
let me find that for you.
I was just like, "Well, are they thinking that I should have thought in terms?" I was thinking, did they expect me to look at this in terms of like cloud technologies? Like, I don't understand. I can't even. I just couldn't understand it. Like, so it really confused me, and I don't know whether they wanted like me to think about.
Think about life. Think about the choices you've made.
Yeah, I just. Yeah.
I'm sure it's fine. They'll tell you tomorrow anyway. They'll probably get back to you and be like, hey.
Yeah. I saw this picture and I just really liked it. I'm just gonna share it on it's on Reddit. It's on Reddit and it's on all and it's number 27. But I thought
Reddit. We like Reddit.
Quite liked it. It's a cat on a little
stool. Sharing it there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Look at that.
We can rebuild him. We have the technology.
Look at that. What's he on? It looks like it's they kind of look like penises. Peni.
Yeah.
Peni turret.
Yeah. I actually quite that phrase. I like that phrase. We can rebuild him. We have.
That's for like the $6 million man, isn't it, or something?
It is. Yeah. It's like if someone at work would like fuck something up, maybe like would break something. It's like,
I very much like the
we can rebuild it. We have the technology. And then people had seen $6 million man go, oh yeah, I know the reference.
That one
my body is ready.
Those were the first memes. When somebody was explaining to me what memes were many, many years ago, they showed me that, and I was just broken. I don't even know why. It's not funny in the slightest. But I was gone.
Yeah.
Love Reggie.
Oh my god. I was just listening to the world's worst on hold music a few times today.
Oh yeah, I listened to that. It sounded like a ghost trumpet trying to escape somewhere.
It was when he went, "You are next in the queue. Your call is important to us. Please remain on the line." And then it would just like immediately go back into the music again. I was just crying.
It was amazing. Oh, it's amazing. Anyway, I'm gonna go, otherwise I'll be here all night. You need to go to sleep and tell us what happened tomorrow, and I'm gonna go.
Yeah, I've got another chat tomorrow at 10, 4:30. So.
Oh yeah, all right, okay. Well, I'll hopefully see you on the evening then.
No rest.
Have a
Sorry.
good one. I'll hopefully see you on in the evening. Then you tell us all about it.
Yeah, hopefully. Yeah. We'll have a good day tomorrow. Enjoy the exam. Say hi to the weird person that's proctoring it for me.
I will do. I will do.
Um,
Proctoring, so you know the lingo as well.
Oh yeah,
I didn't
yeah.
know what
I'm down with
proctoring
the
was.
lingo. Yeah, yeah. Know all the lingo. So yeah. Enjoy. I'll
Yeah,
see you
you
tomorrow
too.
then.
I'll see you tomorrow. Bye bye.
Night.